Day in gratitude, family. This is Face the Nation with Bolden Unchained, and we're back for mid-evening reading, or maybe perhaps not a reading because we want to keep our readings to our selected times, our already scheduled times. But perhaps we'll do videos. Maybe we'll read something else, But yeah, we have time today, and then we need to grow the channel. We need to be more present throughout the day and stuff. It's okay to begin. For me personally, it's more comfortable to begin at my set times and stick with those. But I do want to come on and be on more often so that we can talk and we can grow and we can learn things together. And first and foremost, I would like to say, welcome to Bolden Unchained. We are a chain. We're dedicated to assisting Black America and Black media in uncovering and facing the many agendas, events, projects, acts, laws, bills, compromises. We've been learning about the compromises, the many sabotages against Black America. And Bolden Unchained is here to assist Black America and Black media in that relearning. Also, this channel is for educational and informational purposes. Content may include sensitive and graphic topics. So, it's related to slavery and oppression. So viewer discretion is advised. And the copyright disclaimer is under 107 under the Copyright Act of 1976. And if the allowance is made for the fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that otherwise would be infringing. However, nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So with that, let's begin, family. Like I said, we're going to keep our readings at the scheduled time, noon and midnight. However, tonight we're going to watch some videos. We're going to catch up on some videos of Black media. What's going on in Black media? I do watch Black media in the interim between the readings because I think it's important to know what we are going through and what we think about what's happening, because we're on the brink of a war. I know one thing at a time with us, but we do have to start multitasking. What is it called? Micromanaging? We do have to start micromanaging America, Black America, because we've been sabotaged and stagnant. Not really stagnant, but we've been on the same road to liberation. So it's probably time to to dig some our own ramps and pavements and to take some exits. I think so, because the agendas against Black America, they not just one way. Oh, honey, they covering the whole map. Yeah, I mean, you got ditches, alleys, tunnels, dungeons, And so I think Black America, I think we must make detours. We must make back ways, We got to have other plans and stuff so that we will be able to ensure that Black America is truly okay. My whole adult life, I fell in so many holes. I'm just grateful. Honey, I am grateful to still have my sanity, the use of my arms and my legs, my limbs, and to still have my willingness to learn. If I didn't have my willingness to learn about Black people, about my people, about us, all of it would have been in vain. Everything would have been in vain. And we can't let us be in vain. We cannot let us be in vain. It's very selfish to do, to live our whole entire life. For real? I mean, I'm not going to live my whole 97, 103-year-old life forgetting about Black people. Now, I did it for 43 years? Can't do it no more. And once these revelations once they resonate with us individually, we do have a decision to make. We are at a crossroads because Black America is at a new awakening out of our control. Oh, yes, this new awakening is out of our control. This awakening here, like the other, was unprecedented. Prosperity. However, this awakening here, in my opinion, and believe me, trust me, I ain't no scholar. I'm the dropout. I'm the black sheep. I'm the failure. Me. But when I tell you, you don't need no degrees to know whose side you need to be on. You don't need no paperwork. You don't need no degrees, no fancy signatures. You don't need to be recommended by man to be acknowledged that you're you're anti-life. That you're pro-life in my case. I don't need all of these fancy degrees and stuff to know that I'm on my ancestors' side. Everyone, I'm on their side. The heroes are heroes. I'm on their side. Those who were sabotaged and lynched, those who were innocent, those who had committed crimes. And society, white America, took justice in their own hands and slaughtered their lives. They didn't just have the consequences of their crimes. Oh no. It wasn't enough to just be convicted and your sentence carried out. What happened to our ancestors was way more brutal than the animals themselves. And you look anywhere in the wild and stuff, and when you see an animal attack another animal, they don't cut it open neatly to eat it. They ravage it. And that's what happened to Black America. Black America was ravaged. And that's why, for me, for Bolden Unchained, we got to tell the truth about it. We have to tell the truth about it. So let's begin some videos here so we can kind of catch up, in between our readings. Because Black America, we've never been this hard on ourselves. We definitely in uncharted waters. And without the connection that we need, without the unification that we need, we can't possibly think that we're going to be okay in the New World Order. Not like this. Not like this, Black America. It's not going to work. So many agendas against Black America. Do you see how exceptional you are? Do you even know how exceptional, how wonderful, what a masterpiece you are? I'm telling you, the cosmos, that Big Bang that they taught us about, I'm gonna tell you what that was. The Big Bang was really the cosmos manifesting itself as the Black man, the Black woman, the Black child. Yep. Mm-hmm. The universe had to come to be. And it's more than one universe. It's like 12 universes. Yeah, it's like 12 universes. Each universe actually has 999 planets. Yeah, I may be wrong. Let me get my notes because I got them. I have them right here, actually. I mean, it is so awesome who you are. Because I had no idea about the Alpha Draconians. I didn't know nothing. But somebody beget somebody, beget somebody, beget somebody else. And I couldn't even follow that. Yeah, the Bible. The Bible. I never read it. I couldn't get past it. Somebody was having somebody. But then when I did, I read certain books of it. Like I read the book of Ruth of the Bible. But like when I was just a little girl. When I got to the part of Jesus cussed somebody out and called somebody a prostitute. And it was in red and stuff. And my mind just kept going back to it and stuff. I remember someone touching his garments, little things like that. But I think that right there took the cake when he cussed somebody out. He called him a prostitute. I think it might have been when he was defending the merchant and he ran all the people out of the merchant center. I don't know, but for me, I was just like, no, I couldn't do it. I even annotated. I tried to annotate the Bible, y'all. I still couldn't get it, though. It was just, I don't know. I guess that's how I forgot about our history so willingly, unconsciously, but willingly, because it was just too much overload. But anyway, y'all, now that I've come full circle, do you know there's a galactic confederation? Oh, my ancestors, y'all. It's not just black and white. Like I thought it was here, like we've been brainwashed and stuff. We are not the only people on this planet, in this universe. No, there's 300 ET races. It's a galactic confederation, y'all. We came here for a reason. Everybody is on Earth for a reason. And everybody ain't here for the same reason. But anyway, I got this right here because I wanted to tell y'all that I learned that I ran across something. I forgot who this was, and I'm not going to guess because I didn't write that down, their information. But I wrote down that there's actually 12 universes. Now, this man in the sky that y'all talking about, I want to know where he going to be at. Now, there's 12 universes. Each universe got 999 galaxies. Each galaxy got 999 planets. And each planet got 9 realms. This is just one realm on this planet, which we only see the few that they tell us they see. But you follow me here. Now, I haven't looked at other folks' religions and stuff. I do got a Quran in there, a couple of them actually. But I read somewhere that I didn't put that on here either. I just remembered it kind of like that. It's like 4,200 religions. Who is all of these religions? Because truth be told, I thought we were Baptists, I think. And my mama finally told me that we were Methodists. But see, I had no idea and stuff. I believe that's what she said. It was so many years ago. But it's neither here nor there because I didn't resonate with much of it anyhow. No, I didn't resonate with much of it anyway. I didn't. I'm trying to today for the purpose of knowing thyself. But I do know one thing before I even get a Bible. I'm going to get one. I do have some scriptures that seem contradictory to me. They seem very contradicting. And then I have some things I want to look up in the Bible and compare with, my other biblical texts, I think you would call it. But in no way, shape, form, or fashion is the Bible the text for racial reconciliation. Not when we have texts like this. No. The Bible is a crutch for Black people. The Bible is a crutch for Black people. The Bible will not dare, well, people won't dare use the Bible for this means, not for this right here. So the Bible cannot be our sufficient text for racial reconciliation. That's if Black America even wants racial reconciliation with white America. Ask them, Black America, do y'all want racial reconciliation with white America? Now, keep that thought in your mind, because in the near future, we will be re-asking this question. That's all you got to do. Put that out for Black America, you know. And then, upon that answer, Pastor, you ask, what text do we suggest to be the text for racial reconciliation? Because I got a few. And sister got a few, brother got a few. Yeah, so, you know, that's where we at with that right there. So the Bible can't be, you know, the text for racial reconciliation. We can use it for other things and stuff, and we do. Because the church changed too much. The church changed too much. The churches did. Churches wouldn't dare confront the Bible about the missing books, about the truth in the Bible, how to interpret it to lost people so that they can understand and comprehend what the meaning is. It just seemed like it was so much beating around the bush to me. And I walked the long way around. I always go the long way around. But I was like, whoa, even this is a long way around. You know. And yeah, I did some things that the Bible probably would have saved me from doing. Because it's always a lesson in everything. Yeah, we're not here just by coincidence. This is only one realm on this planet. It's 8 other realms on this planet. So I don't know. I kind of feel like where is this God? Where is he, God, that y'all put in a box, cosmic energy, that you all allowed to be in a box? Tell the truth. Tell the truth regardless of what your church status and home is and stuff. You have willingly allowed cosmic energy to be put in a box. And some call him God, some call him Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahushua. You know what I'm trying to say. Krishna. I got the notes somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. I need to find them and have them in a specific folder. So when we talk about these things and stuff, I can pull them up, and then maybe you'll know what I'm talking about, because there's so much to this right here. School just intentionally failed us because we don't know anything. We're not interested in anything. We can't retain all of this information with all the bullshit, all the indoctrination and the brainwashing. So we literally have to do an entire unlearning. We do. See, other people already know this about us. You know, they probably already know about the Confederate galaxies and stuff, acting like it's them. Acting like it's them. Now, you know damn well, white people can't even be out in the sun. White America, how is you going to be? And no, I'm not being facetious. I'm not picking with you. But for so long, for all these centuries, all these decades, you have faked it, the funk, that you were superior. You done planted your image as the image, the giver of life itself. And I want to say on that note right there, Black people, y'all better, Black America, take that white man off of y'all wall. Because that's the beginning of knowing who you are. If you can't stand to not look at that white man. You can't stand to not have that man on your wall. Oh, baby, you got some isolating, some hibernating to do. We just read about it in our other book. What was his name? The fellow that revived the KKK. He also claimed himself as a doctor because he had some medical training probably in his backyard. He had a couple of other duties, jobs, but he revived the KKK because he had a spiritual vision too. For all of y'all imagining y'all self sitting in heaven, happy, whole, peaceful, no pain, no hunger. I say you better go past heaven and keep going to the afterlife. Because that man had a vision, a spiritual vision. That's what he said. He had a spiritual vision of white men on horses in they clan outfit. And they were galloping. They were galloping across the sky. They were clansmen. It was a big field. It was a big field. You want me to find it? It was in this book. Right here, I believe, because I remember marking it. Because, see, this is our book right here. So, yeah, we can mark in this book. But I'm telling you, he had a vision of white people, white men, galloping across the sky on horses in their clan outfit. What was his name? Simmons. That was his name. His name was Simmons. What was his whole name? Oh, his name was George F. Babbitt. But see, this right here is kind of, let me start here. An ex-Methodist preacher, William Joseph Simmons, incorporated the group. Let's start at the beginning here. Because, see, Simmons was a racist George F. Babbitt. Did he change his name? Reading is very fundamental. Reading is. Because whoever this man is, and we're going to get to it, because that's why I found this passage right here. Because he had a vision too. His vision caused him to revive the Ku Klux Klan. And I'm going to tell you why. Such views, coupled with anxiety over revolution, allowed a xenophobic organization like the revived Ku Klux Klan to thrive. The way that white people saw niggers. You want me to go back and read it? After this book right here, since it's just mainly me and the ancestors, we might go back and read Red Summer one more time. I did announce we will be doing this repetitiously. But I do got a couple of other books before I need to take them back to the library, so we'll see, okay? But anyway, the Klan grew dramatically in 1919 by presenting itself as progressive and patriotic. See, because white people claimed they had, white America claimed they had this big fear of black people, niggers, they were dangerous, they were lazy, everything. So that was what the Ku Klux Klan did. Protected white America. Kept their foot on black America. So when the Ku Klux Klan was revived, white folks jumped on it. That's what they needed. That's what they wanted. That was their gate. That was their gateway. Okay, the Klan grew dramatically in 1919 by presenting itself as progressive and patriotic. So when we say we're a patriot today, for America, for our life, just not solely for a black life. So when we say for our life, we really saying not intentionally, not primarily for black life. And I'm black. But that's what I'll be meaning if I say, I'm for all life. I'm for black life. I'm black. I don't harm other lives. But I must acknowledge Black life. You see where we miss? Just because I must acknowledge Black life don't mean I'm against our lives. They acknowledging their life. Each and every one of them is acknowledging their lives. Well, except for when they got to put on a show. Because when they got to come out and put on a show, then everybody say, oh, we for everyone. But when it comes down to put your vote where your mouth is, time shows, Okay, so the Klan grew dramatically in 1919 by presenting itself as progressive and patriotic. An advertisement ornamented with skull and crossbones in a June edition of the Charlotte Observer told white America, join the Loyal Order of Klansmen and you solve the problem of law and order in our Southland. With 1 million men enrolled in the Loyal Order of Klansmen, our land will have peace and security and prosperity. You know against who? An ex-Methodist preacher, William Joseph Simmons. Ooh, he incorporated the group in 1915 and established its national headquarters in a loft above a downtown Atlanta bank. That's his name. William Joseph Simmons. Let's highlight his name here. Oh, yeah. And he was a preacher. And he started this group right here in 1915. Yep. He revived. Because it says, such views, coupled with anxiety over revolution, allowed a xenophobic organization like the revived Ku Klux Klan to thrive. Okay, so he incorporated this group in 1915 and had it above a downtown Atlanta bank. Sure, they was funding him, sponsoring him. Simmons was a racist, George F. Babbitt, a club joiner haunted by delusions of greatness and obsessed with the belief that Black people and immigrants imperiled the United States, a nation divinely ordained to be ruled by white Anglo-Saxons. So he kind of like, why y'all here? Why is y'all here, Black people, colored people, immigrants, Black Indians? That's how he felt. It said it right here. A club joiner haunted by delusions of greatness and obsessed with the belief that Blacks and immigrants imperiled the United States, a nation divinely ordained to be ruled by white Anglo-Saxons. Why y'all here? That's what he felt. That's why he had them thoughts. That's why he revived the Ku Klux Klan. Because he didn't want y'all here. It didn't matter because I really believe that white folks truly forgot. They perpetrated the lie so long. I mean, this is the longest grudge I ever knew. And I'm learning a lot. But I don't know. White people must have forgot that they the ones that was the first immigrants here. The European people, all of them is Europeans with each other. They non-melanin. Now, them is my opinions now. I'm open for correction. Because at the end of the day, I stand on my ancestor side. I sure do. Correct me if I'm wrong. Christopher Columbus now, if they ain't European, what is they? Asiatic? Oh, what? I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm open to correction, like I said. Because at the end of the day, Face and Bolden Unchained, we're here for our ancestors. That's it and that's all. But let's finish reading this right here. Because, see, y'all don't want to go to heaven. You want to go past heaven. Take a detour, trust me. Emmett Till, George Stinney, Mary Turner, even Latasha Harlins. They not up there in heaven with them people that tortured them on earth. Why would we trap them in infinity to the 12th of never with the very ones who tortured them, who skinned them alive on earth? Do that make any sense to y'all? For all the forgiveness the Bible is teaching you, do that make any kind of sense to you? And I know some of us gonna say, oh, well, they not in heaven, Daphne. Face. Yeah, Daphne, it's me. Mm-hmm. You know, Face is my alias, right? For all purposes of entertaining or educating. And we got some entertainment, we got some music. Oh yeah, we got some music for us that might be entertaining to you. It probably make you cry though, but you're gonna feel good after you do cry. It ain't that misleading entertainment. That it is not. So yeah, you can call me Face. Face the nation. But let's read here about Mr. Simmons. How he felt that America should be ruled by white Anglo-Saxons. And he revived the Ku Klux Klan off of his spiritual vision. See, I got a vision too now. Your vision is similar to his. But see, you ain't seen them horses. You ain't seen the men in your vision. He did. You didn't. You picking cotton, remember? You in the field too. But you picking cotton. Yeah, it's a whole diabolical thing, honey. We've been so fooled. Ooh-wee. We're going to get back to this before I put it back up on that wall over there. Because I got a little something in here I want to say about that. Okay, let's get here. A club joiner haunted by delusions of greatness and obsessed with the belief that Black people and immigrants imperil the United States, a nation divinely ordained to be ruled by white Anglo-Saxons. Atlanteans knew Simmons as a pious, P-I-O-U-S. Kind of sound like piss. A pious, prissy-walking big man. Oh, what was that? He walked like this. Is this how he walked? Is that the prissy walk? He walking like this. Cause that's how they said he walked. Now, and he got all these jewels on him and stuff. See, he thought he was really something. He had like a grandeur personality to himself, it seemed like. So they said Atlantis knew Simmons. Everybody knew him as a pious, prissy, walking big man. But he was big, so y'all. Yeah, he was a big man. Large badges and charms were heavy upon him, and he carried his burden joyously. Oh, okay. He had badges and charms all over him. You'd have thought he came right after service. And he was so happy with all them charms and badges on him. He was just so full of joy because he knew with all of that embellishment and all of that grandeur in his head, he knew that he could control and, even devise one of the most evil schemes. He could revive it again. And that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, he walked around like, he was the shit. He walked around like he was the bullshit, and he was. I shit you not. You know, Simmons devoted his life to the KKK, which he described as my child. He had a vision too now. Just keep that in your mind. He was born in 1880 outside the small Alabama town of Harpersville, just east of Birmingham, Alabama. Known by friends as Doc because he claimed some medical training. Simmons tried several ventures, including serving as a minister and selling insurance before reviving the KKK. Yeah, he couldn't do them right there for some reason. As a minister and then selling insurance. It didn't satisfy that need of his to enforce his grandeur, opinion, and perceivance of himself and his people. Being a minister, it could take you a long way in, crippling and crutching your enemy. You could impart, some scriptures and stuff on them, like that one scripture. I think it was taken out the Bible that said, slaves, obey your master, or slaves, don't question your master, be happy with your lot in life, or something like that. So, but that wasn't enough for him. And then selling insurance, he was able to withhold insurance from families, black families. He was able to concoct the rules and regulations of insurance. And even if a black family did get insurance, when the loved one passed on, he had the power to keep their money, I'm sure. But even that wasn't enough for his ill intentions, for his ill thoughts, his grandeur thoughts of superiorness over black people and immigrants. So he revived the KKK. That's right on time. For him, he could slaughter black people. He could torture black people. He could terrorize black people. He could steal from black people. When they see him coming, they already know, oh, shit. That's why he did it. He had a superior vision, too. Everybody seen him coming with all them badges and them charms and stuff, and the sun just glistening off of it. Folks could see him coming way up the street and stuff, and he walking all prissily and stuff, and just walking all prissy, and they jingling and dangling, and the sun shining off of them and stuff, and people like, oh shit, there go bullshit, and they running, getting in their hiding spots and getting in their cars and on their bikes or whatever. Some of them running off and doors shutting and stuff because they know here he come. And white people right there with him. Oh, yeah. They waiting on him to whistle. Sick him. I can't be the only one. So, and the whole Atlanta is set right here. The whole Atlanta knew him. That's how they knew him. And they knew that the Ku Klux Klan, he described it as my child. Y'all know who the Ku Klux Klan was. The young kids don't know because just like white folks don't tell Sabrina and Belinda about what they did, they tell Karen and Ken. And our motherfucking asses, we don't tell our kids about none of it because we feel like shit. They ain't told Sabrina and Belinda. Why we gonna tell Face? Okay, he was born in 1880 outside of Birmingham, and he was known as Doc because he claimed some medical training. But we know he failed as a minister. He failed at selling insurance and claiming that medical training. Obviously, he failed at that too. So he ended up reviving the Ku Klux Klan. And he said, now this is it. Now he said out of his own mouth that he formed the the KKK, in response to a spiritual vision of robed horsemen galloping in the sky, followed by a vision of a map of the United States. Simmons established his KKK shortly after seeing Birth of a Nation and hearing news of the notorious lynching of Leo Frank right outside of Atlanta. Now, we're going to watch Birth of a Nation. And Leo Frank, we need to put his name down so we can, learn about him too. And this is our book that we're writing in. On Thanksgiving night. So every night, every Thanksgiving, we done let this Thanksgiving pass. But next Thanksgiving, when it come around, and we done ignored how Thanksgiving came to be. We done ignored how Christopher Neal came over here, slaughtered everybody, raped everybody, gave everybody all them blankets with smallpox and stuff in them, with them diseases in them blankets. And then everybody died, and they rounded up the rest of them. Just rounded up the rest of them, in my opinion. Wasn't many left after that, because them infestations, they multiplied real fast, killed off a whole lot of people in a very short amount of time. So when the Thanksgiving came, that first Thanksgiving, they celebrated with the turkey, the pyramids, something like that. We do know about them. In school they had us draw them little hats, them little paper hats, and we had drew them little feathers, and then we glued the feathers on the hat and put it on, and had a little staple in the back, and you mashed it on your hair. Y'all motherfuckers knew y'all was lying. And all this time, yeah, white America, we y'all some motherfuckers. How could y'all? So anyway, what he did was on Thanksgiving night in 1915. Now this is 1915 when he revived the Ku Klux Klan. On Thanksgiving night, he went up on them mountains, Stone Mountain. Him and 15 friends on Thanksgiving night in 1915. Simmons and 15 friends hiked up the huge granite outcrop of Stone Mountain, just east of the city, Atlanta, just east of the city, and they held a ceremony that Simmons had contrived. Now, this big old boisterous man with all these charms and badges on himself and stuff, honey, he done made up a speech because he done revived the Ku Klux Klan. So he done got 15 of his friends. They done about ate they turkey. In 1915, I'm pretty sure black people was already celebrating Thanksgiving then too, because we had already been freed. 1915. That was right before the massacres, the race riots. So, I'm pretty sure black people were celebrating Thanksgiving then too. But that's because we didn't know. We really didn't know. We really don't know anything about any of these holidays, but we're going to get to them. So what happened was, after they done ate their turkey and stuff, him and 15 friends go up to Stone Mountain. The Klan leaders bromidic, B-R-O-M-I-D-I-C. His bromidic speeches were strange and flowery. What the hell? Strange and flowery. Now he revived the Ku Klux Klan. Well, let's just see, y'all. He once described himself as he who traversed the realm of the unknown, wrestled the solemn secret from the grasp of night, and became the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. He who traversed the realm of the unknown. Is he trying to say who walked the realm of the unknown, who traveled the realm of the unknown? Let's let the siren go by. Sound like it's getting a little close. He who traversed the realm of the unknown. Just what unknown is he talking about? I wonder. I don't think he came from the cosmos. I don't think any of these people capable of this came from the cosmos. And I don't think they going there. They going back. I don't. Okay. He wrestled the solemn secret from the grasp of night. So that's kind of like he wrestled the solemn secret from the grasp of night. What did he do? Came and took life from black women and men? Just yanked it away from them? He wrestled the solemn secret from the grasp of night. Or is he saying, he who traveled the realm of the unknown, he who traveled the realm of the unknown? That could be so much. Could be talking about the earth, could be talking about the bodies. He traveled the bodies of the unknown. The black woman is unknown to them because it wasn't for them. But once he had it, you could do whatever you want to do with it. If it's in your captivity. But, I think it's talking about the cosmos. And I know he ain't from there. Well, he did say he was in heaven. Oh. Okay, he wrestled the solemn secret from the grasp of night. That made me think about he done did something to an unborn baby. The grasp of night, a woman's womb, her where the baby growing in this triple darkness. I remember some years ago reading something about triple darkness of a black woman. When a black woman is pregnant, the baby is in a darkness that is 3 times darker than any other woman on the planet because of her melanin in her skin, I suppose. But I don't know if that's got anything to do with what he's talking about. Wrestle the solemn secret from the grasp of night. What did he, with that the medical skills, medical training he had, did he consciously or indirectly go and take someone's child out of them, brutally, forcefully, with no anesthesia? I don't understand what this man is even talking about. Or is he talking about the cosmos? Wrestled the solemn secret from the grasp of night. Well, did he wrestle the truth that the black man is really cosmic energy manifested? He wrestled that truth from the grasp of the night, the ideas that we have in our own mind. What are you talking about? And became the sovereign imperial master of the great lost mystery. So out of all the other races, Klansmen, he feel like he is the sovereign imperial master of all of them. He the one. He feel like he reviving this. Somebody had did it before him, I assume. Because, see, I didn't know about none of this and stuff. See, I didn't even know about the chronological order either. I didn't know about all these people and things. So he feel like he is, the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. He reviving somebody else's stuff. Which makes me think, what else could he be talking about? And the way that he hated black bodies, I can only assume, is he talking about black bodies? So Simmons wrote numerous KKK tracts, like little pamphlets, little books, filled with breathless, confusing puffery. Little punk ass. A pamphlet labeled ABC of the Invisible Empire. ABC of the Invisible Empire. Nothing's there, not a damn thing. The Invisible Empire. The ABC of the Invisible Empire. What? Is he talking about how he is absolutely, literally nothing? But how he took A, B, and C and put it inside of nothing that was him and built it up? Who is it? All right, then. Well, somebody got that. Yeah, so that right there is why and how he started the Ku Klux Klan. Yep. And that's William Joseph Simmons. He started the Ku Klux Klan, and that pamphlet labeled ABC of the Invisible Empire declared the Klan's goals. He had the goals for the Ku Klux Klan. It wasn't no rubber stamp, nothing. This was real. They sound like the goals that probably was from the other Klan, or they were similar. But yeah. He wrote out that blueprint. And whether it was the same or different from the previous clans, that was exactly what white America wanted and needed, to go full-fledged ahead, torture, 0 to 1,000 on black people. So the Klan's goals was to shield the sanctity of the home, prosperity, and the chastity of womanhood. To shield the sanctity of the home and the chastity of the womanhood. To maintain white supremacy. To teach and faithfully inculcate a high spiritual philosophy through an exalted ritualism. That's 4. To shield the sanctity of the home and the chastity of womanhood. To maintain white supremacy. To teach and faithfully inculcate a high spiritual philosophy through an exalted ritualism. And by practical devotedness to conserve, protect, and maintain the distinctive institutions, rights, privileges, principles, and ideas of a pure Americanism. In other words, the KKK's mission was to save the white race and Anglo-Saxon civilization from miscegenation and immigration. And I'm going to say this right here about this. Our much boasted melting pot has turned out to be a garbage can in which the nations of the earth dump their refuse. Simmons wrote in disgust. So yeah, Black America, think very hard about where you're going to trap yourself up at to the 12th of never. You think very hard about it. Because, yeah, we all been lied to. We all been lied to. You know it. You know we've been lied to. Ain't no need in faking the funk and acting like, oh, everything is okay now. We all gonna go to heaven and sit at the foot of Jesus Christ. Not according to William Joseph Simmons. Everybody ain't finna sit at the feet of Jesus Christ. Now, he had the vision of these road men galloping across the sky, the field, in heaven. And it was in the shape of the United States. United States is where the slaves was at in the fields. Where he from, Alabama. It was slaves in other parts of the world and stuff, but we talking about right here in America. That dream he had was the state of the United States of America. It was the shape of the United States of America. So, you know, religion is not what it used to be for Black America. It's not the savior now without the information and knowledge needed. I mean, I understand Black America needs hope because we all need hope. But one book, have any of Black America, have any of y'all, I ain't talking about those that's got like-minded people like myself. Out of 5, 20, 25 books on the shelf, I picked this one before I picked something else. So out of people unlike myself, how many of y'all have read about our history? How many of y'all actually talk and think about our past and where it's leading us in relation to the trauma that we've suffered? I mean, do y'all immediately just go and just start blaming our youth without looking at the roots and the causes of where our disconnect come from? You know, yeah, we played like a fiddle. But anyway, out of the, I was telling you about the Galactic Confederation, and it's led by the Anunnaki. Yeah, but this right here was awesome. Yeah. I might as well give you a little bit of what I got. Well, anyway, I got right here that there's actually 300 ET races, extraterrestrial races. And they all from different planets. You know, I just told you about the planets and stuff. You know, there's actually 12 universes. Each universe got 999 galaxies. Each galaxy got 999 planets. Each planet got 9 realms. This is one universe. This is one planet. And the planet got 9 realms. This is one realm of this planet. So out of all of that 12, 999, 999, 999, 9. You think Jesus is God is where? But anyway, that's how expansive the cosmos is. That's how big it is. How gigantic. I mean, to the 12th of never it ain't even close to halfway. The expansiveness of the cosmos, the depthness of the cosmos. Because the cosmos is expansive. It's still expanding. In areas that are unseen, the cosmos is expanding. But we've been taught not spiritually. We've been broken spiritually. We don't have any connection with nature, with nature itself. We don't have a connection with nature itself, with grounding, with hugging trees, with being out in the sun. No, we are naturally the ones who would be out in nature, because the sun is our battery. The sun is our life giver, our life force. But we're not out in the sun enjoying the magical wonders of the sun in the sky. We're in the house. And white folks is outside jogging in the sun, running in the sun, jogging in the wintertime. White people are out, in nature and stuff. And Black America, not saying that they shouldn't be. We wouldn't prohibit anyone from the goodness of the planet. See, that's the thing about Black America. And we're talking here, Black America and white America. White America cannot live and let live. Black America can. Black America can live and let live. I can hug this tree and you can too. I can pick fruits off of this tree and you can too. But white people aren't able to do that, aren't able to be that. I mean, we read in the book when Louisville, after all that, them race riots and massacres and stuff, someone finally said, hey, that's enough. We need to clean up Louisville. We need a good name. And they automatically decided, oh, we'll stop hanging Black people. Y'all just hang them and hang them quickly and hang them publicly so we can still see it. And they did for a while. And then they decided, oh, we need to really clean up Louisville. So they was like, the hangings of Black men will be private now. But they sold the tickets, and thousands of white people were coming from all over with tickets to get in to see the hanging. And those that couldn't get a ticket were foraging, was creating fraud tickets and stuff to get in to see the hangings. So, the universe is so very, very, very big. It's expansive. And in relation to us here on earth and knowing what has happened, and we see what is being built up around us in this country, to still believe the fallacies and the lies that have seemed to have taken on a life of their own, but they really ain't, if you use your critical thinking, if you use your common sense, if you try to see the big picture. Why wouldn't you be fooled to believe what you were taught by your open enemy, by your oppressor? That's it, and that's all. Now, I did write down some of the alien races, and like I said, it was it's 300 of them. And this right here was only like 30, 31, 32. The blue aliens, they were bird-like, highly advanced. The Avens, the Detriments, they were the most advanced physicians in the cosmos. See, it was a big war in the cosmos, y'all. It was a big war in the cosmos. And some of the, one of the people had to come. He had to escape. So he got in the spaceship and he ended up going through the cosmos. Oh, it was like the Furious 5, really fast driving and stuff, because he had to go through without getting sucked into black holes and stuff. But anyway, he ended up on Earth. Nothing was here and stuff, He ended up on Earth, and I think he messaged back some kind of way, or traveled back some kind of way, or maybe they found him and where he was at here on Earth and stuff. It's a magical story, y'all. It really is. I mean, some other races were the Andromeda, the Lavers. They were like cats. They look like cats. Like, think about the cartoon Thundercats. I never watched it, but I got a note right here, Thundercats. The Plutonians, the Martians, They were the survivors, and the Martians is on our side. You know, the Venuvians, and they was an all male race. The Venuvians, Vanuvians. They was all male. The Nomos was an aquatic gods, dolphins, whales, mermaids. The Nomos, they were an alien race, but they were aquatic, water. They were aquatic gods. The dolphins, the whales, the mermaids. The Nagas, Nagas. They were serpent-like gods, and they were led by Medusa. Medusa had the snakes on her head. Then there's the Mercurians, the Arcturians, the Amethions. They transmute energy. The Floridians, they like from the planet Florida. Yep. The Magicians, the Cannabis. That's the Canis Major star system. They from the Canis Major star system. And there's the Nordic hybrids. They on our side, and they the tall white people with blonde hair and blue eyes. They alien. They're alien race, an ET race. The Sagittarians, they from Saturn. Yep. Oh, Yakora. Yakakora. They good at making weaponry in the cosmos. Yeah. Yakora, they were real good at making weaponry in the cosmos. Yeah, they'd be took a Orion's belt and fashioned some type of arrow out of it and shot you in your ass. Something like that. Then there was the aliens, the alien race called the Grand. And they had 3 eyes that hung out of their head. They had 3 eyes that hang out of their head. And the eyes is looking around, looking up and down. So they see everything. Can't miss a thing. And then there's the Deveronians. And it says here they look like Satan with horns. Now, I just took some really basic notes on this right here. So you'll have to do your own research and stuff, because I don't know if the Deveronians would be on our side or if they would be on the other side. Because these 300 ET races, it says that they are here to fight evil. And so I would think all of these 32 that I do have would be on our side. But, do your research, because I stopped right here. And then there's the Neomoticans. Neomoticas. And they from the planet Neo. And it's in the first universe. And they are the gatekeepers. Then there's the Ewoks. They in the second universe. Oh, the Tucson Raiders. I could never say that word. Tucson Raiders. They from the planet Tuskegee. Oh, and true. The Jedi Knights, like Yoda, they are from the planet Jedi. That's in the 8th universe, y'all. So it just, how open is your mind? The Macabre Confederation. There's 76 to 80 planets. So yeah, it's quite something. So much is being revealed. Mm-hmm. 6, 7, 8. Like this right here is the Andromeda Star System. Oh, Galactic Confederation, the Andromeda Star System. Can you come back, please? Yeah, this right here is just talking about some the star system. And then you have the Arcturians, the ant people, the Pleiadians. They from the star Pleiadian. They've been visiting Earth for almost 1,000,000 years, for almost a millennium. They are primarily humanoid. Uh, the star cluster within Taurus constellation. Their star cluster is within Taurus constellation. They populated by many, and they are angelic beings. Yeah, they record prehistory. They records prehistory. And then it says civilizations like Lemuria. Lemuria was a seafaring civilization. And it says civilizations like Lemuria used the stars to navigate, to travel, track, and move was discovered to have so many links to the Pleiadians that still present in Polynesians, to the Hawaiians, the Maori, South Pacific Islanders. And then I got side note, the Taurian, the tower structure, was a direct view download to the Pleiadian. I drew the you see right there, I drew the thing that they had out, but I can't tell you without seeing the video and stuff. Yeah, but I like to do that when I do my notes and stuff, and I think we should. I think we should at least leave as much documentation. Okay, 4 were the felines, and they were psychic healers. Sekbet, Ptah's wife, from the Sirius system and the Lyra constellation, Lyra. They were 8 to 9 feet tall, and they were hominoid cat race. They were the felines. Yeah. Oh, then there were the reptilians. They were shape-shifting reptilians. The ancient Sumerians was the first to tell it. And then I got a question mark. Were the ancient Sumerians the first to tell it about the reptilians? They're from the Draco constellation. Humanoid. They have no empathy. The main opponent of TGF. What's TGF? I didn't take no notes on that. If I find out where I took these notes from, I will go back and look at it. Then there was mantis and insectoids. They were the ones better known as the ant people that I was talking about earlier, that I mentioned earlier. And it says the Egyptian and Mayan cultures depicted them. The ant people helped the native people during the flood for generations, it says. But you know, it's so big. It's the cosmos is so humongous that, you know, white America done lied to us. White America has lied to us so much about so much. And now I'm going to tell you this, Black America. And I'm going to go put this back up. But I want to say this. In all of the revealings that aliens are here, that aliens are being revealed and they showing themselves, don't you be scared, because we got some questions to ask. If they here after all this time and they revealing themselves, Black America, we done fell in love with the ones who skinned us alive. The aliens been here all this time for millennia. We need to be asking them some fundamental questions. Scared of who? For what? We literally are walking next to Lucifer. Some of you sleeping with him. Lucifer. So yeah, if you believe in it, okay. If you see him, even if you don't believe in the aliens, if you see him, ask him some questions. And I'm just saying that because if you see in this video right here, yeah, you'll think of something. You'll remember something to ask him. Yeah, But let's watch some videos and stuff because I got time today. Yeah, I got time today. Oh, yes. And we are going to watch our brother, the Defiant Lawyers Network. Defiant Lawyers Network with brother Augustus Corbet. And we will be talking about MAGA, Project 2025. Brother Corbet, he was the one that told us about Project 2025. We have a couple of mentors, critical thinkers of ours, exceptional minds who were warning us about Project 2025. And Brother Corbet is one of them. We'll be getting into him on this channel right here because we definitely need to equip our people with other forms of education, entertainment, interactions, lessons, knowledge, anything and everything to do with Black people, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get started right here with MAGA cheers Trump's racist agenda at the recent Turning Point event.
And quite frankly, that speech gave me chills.
Hold on.
It confirmed everything that I have told you. Just before Christmas, I watched Trump give a speech at a Turning Point event. And quite frankly, that speech gave me chills. It confirmed everything that I have told you about Trump's intentions for the African American community. The speech was extremely anti-Black and anti-civil rights. As a matter of fact, the speech basically spoiled my Christmas. So I want to share with you this speech, and I want to talk with you about what we need to do in order to try and slow this down, hopefully even prevent it, because it's really serious, and it's only about 2-3 weeks away. So stay with me. I'll be right back.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you. I got a friend who told me about this website. Now I'm spending $58 a month. Full coverage. That's saving $139. It's amazing.
Hello, everybody. I am Reverend and Civil Rights Attorney Augustus Corbett, one half of the Defiant Lawyers. Each and every week, we bring you at least one legal analysis of some trending story regarding politics, policies, personalities, or pop culture, to empower you with the information you need to defy this unjust legal system and to nullify systemic racism. If that interests you, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell so you'll get notified every time we upload one of these videos. Before we get started, please go over to Amazon.com, grab your copy of my book, Education and Justice, if you have an African-American son in public school. This book will teach you the many ways that public schools mistreat African-American boys and what you can do to help your son, your grandson, godson, nephew, whatever the case may be. All right, so this speech that Trump gave at this Turning Point event was very concerning. Although I know what's coming, I knew it already. I've done multiple videos warning the Black community about what's ahead for us. And it's not a long video, so I want to go back through this video. I want to show you parts of it just to show you that just weeks ago, President-elect Trump gave this speech and confirmed everything I've told you. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you exactly what we need to do to try to stop this from happening. All right, let's go to the video.
We'll end the left's campaign of racial discrimination and restore equality to our land and all over our land. And
if you listen to this carefully, you notice him saying the left's campaign against racial discrimination. The left typically, by that he means progressives or liberals, they're the ones who typically are fighting against racial discrimination. So what exactly does Trump mean by the left's campaign of racial discrimination? Here's what he means. He is claiming that whites suffer reverse discrimination, which is a falsehood that he'll use to justify attacking civil rights. So Trump is all about reverse discrimination. Many white conservatives talk a lot about reverse discrimination. In other words, they're the victims of discrimination, despite the fact that they freaking own almost everything in this country, control everything in this country. African Americans, even after 400 years after the Civil War, still own roughly 3 to 5% of this nation's wealth. We're the ones who are racially discriminated against. Yet, they are making themselves the victims. And they will use that claim of victims to dismantle or to weaken civil rights laws. That's what this is all about. That's all it's about. He will use the Justice Department to go after people he deemed that are discriminating against white people. They will also use this lame excuse as justification for undoing civil rights protections. Because in their minds, civil rights laws are at the root of them not being able to do whatever they want to do to whomever they want to do it to. So they have been fighting civil rights laws since they were passed. And now they're in a position to take another hit at those civil rights laws. All right, let's look at some more of this video.
I'll end all of the Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion policies across the entire federal government immediately. And at the same time, we will ban these unlawful policies from we're going to ban them from the private sector as well.
So this is a way that he intends to go after civil rights, right? He is claiming that DEI is Marxist, it's leftist, it's reverse discrimination. When all DEI stands to do, as I say here, is to create a more equitable playing field for equally deserving individuals from marginalized communities. That is all DEI intended to do. Yet Trump is going to use this false claim of reverse discrimination to completely try to get rid of DEI policies in American society. And you heard him say, not just in the government, but even in the private sector as well. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I mean when I say they're coming after civil rights. All right, let's go back and watch some more of this disturbing video.
In America, we believe in the merit system, and now because of the major decision handed down recently by the Supreme Court, our country has again gone back to the merit system. That's what made our country great. And I want to just thank the Supreme Court because that took a great deal of courage for them to do that. And some people were surprised by it, but that's what made us great. Merit.
Merit, he says, made this country great. Well, it's anti-merit that actually made this country what it is. What do I mean? If this country was truly based on merit, then African American people would be very, very, very wealthy today. Because for 250 years, we laid the economic foundation of this country, and we've never been compensated for it. We earned it, and that's what merit means. You get what you earn. We earned being the wealthiest group of people in this country because we did the backbreaking work from sun up to sundown in the fields, laying the economic foundation of this country. But we have never, ever been compensated for it. Never. So this country is not built on mericy. This country is not built on merit. It is actually built on anti-merit. Because not only during slavery were we not compensated, we weren't compensated during Jim Crow either, when we were still doing the backbreaking work under another name, Jim Crow. Practices such as sharecropping, convict leasing, the chain gangs, those were all methods that whites use to rob us of our labor. So he's wrong to say that the country is built on merit. The country is actually built on anti-merit.
And as Commander-in-Chief, I will restore the proud and historic names of our great military bases like Fort Bragg. We're going to get them back.
Now, isn't that as anti-Black as you can be? During the Biden administration, many of those military bases were renamed after honorable Black people instead of being named after Confederate generals who fought to keep us enslaved. He wants to put those military bases back under the names of the Confederate generals. Now again, how much more anti-Black can you be? This past week, my wife and I watched the movie Tyler Perry put out about, I think it's 6888, the Army unit of African-American women led by Captain Cheryl Adams, I believe her name is. She did such, and they did such an outstanding job in the Army getting mail out, according to the story, mail that had been backed up and families were not getting and soldiers were not getting their mail. And I know all about that being in the military. Those letters coming from home, I mean, they meant the world, right? So these African-American soldiers, women, completely created this awesome system to get those letters back. And for that, they were celebrated in Europe. This is during World War II, fighting Hitler. But when they got home, they didn't receive any honor until here recently. Okay? And one of those honors was Captain Cheryl Adams, a military base that had been named after a Confederate general, was then named for her and another African-American soldier. Well, under Trump, you hear him, he promises to take those Black people's name off those military bases and put them back under the name of a Confederate general who fought to enslave us.
Wow.
How much more anti-Black can you be? All right? How much more? Okay? Anyway, let's hear a little bit more.
And woke has to stop, because along with everything else, it's destroying our country. We're going to stop woke. Woke is bullshit. As an example, in addition to the military bases, I understand they want to now rename 14 ships. We want to rename them. Some of these ships have had a great and glorious past. They want to take the name off and put another name down. I can imagine whose name they're going to put up. Not going to happen with me. It's not happening with me, I can promise you that.
I mean, just how much more anti-Black can you be, right? So the whole woke thing, we originally used the term woke to describe awareness of racial injustice. However, white conservatives co-opted and redefined woke to encompass a broad range of progressive views to incite white fear. So they have co-opted the word woke. It means basically to be aware and conscious of racial injustice. That's it. And they have demonized it. They use it to scare whites. Okay? And he's talking about having heard that there are plans to rename some of these ships after blacks. I mean, you can surmise that he's talking about blacks, and you hear him say it with vigor. He says, you know, we know who they want to name these ships after, but it's not going to happen on my watch. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. In fact, I seem to recall the effort to put Harriet Tubman on the face of the $20 bill during his administration, his first administration. And from what I understand, he was the one who blocked that. This is just pure, unadulterated anti-blackness. And in just a couple of weeks, this stuff is going to start. He's going to start implementing it. Let's watch some more.
We'll teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag.
HoneyBook is a complete client flow management platform, which allows me to do everything all in one place. When I quit my 9-to-5 job to work for myself, my biggest concerns were staying organized with projects and appearing professional to clients. From using
right here, he's talking about what should be taught in school. And so he's insinuating that he will call schools to teach the type of history that white children will not learn about slavery and about Native Americans and the sins of their forefathers. They don't want those children to learn those things. So they're going to hide that. They're not going to teach the truth about what really or how this country was really built and the very, very evil deeds of their forefathers. Evil. They don't want their children to learn those things. So by teaching a whitewashed version of history, they figure then their children would grow up to love America. Again, just extremely anti-black. So this brings me to the question of what must we do? Well, I have some ideas. Number one, we got to decide to be courageous. Trump wants us to be quiet, but we got to be courageous. We got to speak up. We got to resist this. We have an obligation and a duty to resist this. As a Christian, as a Christ follower, I have an obligation to resist this because it's evil. Romans chapter 13 says that Christians, the Apostle Paul says Christians should respect the government, should respect civil authority. So to me, that means we respect, for example, the office of the president. But then the same Bible tells us that we should not obey unjust laws, that God's laws should supersede all other laws, because God's word is higher than anything else. And God's word, his throne and his kingdom is based on justice and fairness and equity and righteousness. So when a political leader issues an unjust, anti-scriptural law or implements such policies, we have an obligation to resist them. Not just because they will harm us and our descendants, but we have an obligation under God to resist them. Like we resisted slave laws, like we resisted Jim Crow laws. We have an obligation to resist the hateful laws and policies that Trump plans to implement, him and MAGA. All right? So We got to decide to be courageous. We also got to educate ourselves about civil rights. That's why we're doing the Civil Rights Academy. We got to organize, because if we don't organize, we're just simply going to be reactionary. We're just going to be reacting to what they do. No, we must organize, and we must also mobilize, not just form groups, but to strategize and take action. And fifth of all, we got to raise awareness. We got to raise awareness. We got to tell everyone what's going on. We got to educate them, make them aware of this MAGA agenda. Because again, Trump and MAGA want us to be quiet. Just keep your mouth shut. Go along to get along. And a few African American, especially men, have even joined them. The rest of us who haven't lost our way, who haven't put money above our community, we got to resist this. And one of those ways, again, is by raising awareness. Tell everybody what Trump is doing. Your family, your friends, your fellow church members, your fraternity brothers, your sorority sisters, everyone, co-workers, just put the word out there, okay? So those are the 5 things that we must do. Start doing now. Decide to be courageous, educate ourselves about civil rights. To do that, just go find our Civil Rights Academy playlist, watch all those videos, organize, mobilize, and raise awareness. Now, we call that AMCA. AMCA, which means arise, mobilize, keep advancing. I'll be doing a video soon with some updates. And we'll also be doing some private Zoom calls and so on. Okay, because again, we can't just sit back and just let this happen. Past generations of African Americans, they fought this stuff. We're not going to be the generation that sits back and just allow Trump civil rights. To do that, just go find our Civil Rights Academy playlist, watch all those videos, organize, mobilize, and raise awareness. Now, we call that AMCA. AMCA, which means arise, mobilize, keep advancing. I'll be doing a video soon with some updates. And we'll also be doing some private Zoom calls and so on. Okay, because again, we can't just sit back and just let this happen. Past generations of African Americans, they fought this stuff. We're not going to be the generation that sits back and just allow Trump and MAGA to roll back these precious civil rights laws. Okay? All right. Again, I'm Reverend and Civil Rights Attorney Augustus Corbett. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next time, peace.
But enough about us. Without further ado, let's get started. Why should you?
Well, family, I hope we learned quite a bit from our brother Augustus Corbett with the Defiant Lawyers Network and one of our Black medias. I can't stress it enough, Black America. The time for us to focus on Black America is now. Well, peace and power to the people. And we will see you next video.